Hey, everybody. Welcome to 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron. Do you remember us? It's been a while, a long time. Barb Gentili Green here.
Ron Rogers, the director of the UDL Center at OCALI. And Barb, I'd almost forgotten what you look like. I forgot we had an audience, I think, for a little while. Maybe it was like we took a hiatus. I don't know. I heard people say that. But we're back.
Yeah. We are back. Life gets busy, and here we are. We are dedicated to this mission.
We are dedicated to this mission. However, we are more dedicated to the mission for our students. So, when that gets in the way, the students always come first. So it's just the way it is. So, hey, this is going to be a good one for people just to listen to in their car if they want, because the goal is to actually give folks a little bit of an idea what might change with 10 minutes with Barb and Ron.
Oh, look at you modeling UDL with stating the goal right out the gate. Love it.
Yeah, universal design for learning, no matter what you call it, it is important. So I'm glad you called it out. Although, as we both know, we wouldn't have had to call it out because people know that when you're trying to do universal design for learning, you know that that's one of the big ones. So, and the other one, of course, is engagement. And we want to keep our audiences engaged. So I think to do that, we need to I'm doing it right now, Barb. You and I just discussed it. What can we do as 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron to keep our audience engaged? Please feel free. You can tweet me anytime you want. It's at Ron B as in boy Rogers. So it's at Ron, RONB ROGERS. And you can use that Twitter anytime you'd like, or you can email me at ron_rogers@ocali.org. How about you, Barb? Do you want to get an input from anybody, or are you good the way it is?
Yeah, no, I can give mine, but I'm hoping that we can also put it in the show notes because it's kind of hard sometimes when people hear it and then to remember to go back and search in Twitter. But mine is at B Gentili, GENTILLE, Green, like the color, GREEN. So that's a lot to remember. It's a little harder than Ron Rogers.
Ron B. Rogers. We got to get that B as in boy in there, though, or somebody else might get it, and who knows what they'll think.
Good point.
And how about your email? Are you interested in getting any emails?
Sure. Barb G. Green, GREEN, @gmail.com. That'd be great.
All right. So one thing that is coming that's really important, and OCALI's been really good about staying on me about this, but they would like us to create an easier search engine type of thing for 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron. And they've came up with this great idea. They said, Ron, when you and Barb have some time, go through and look at almost your 90 episodes and tag them. So, it's hard to put a tag on a 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron, because if you know Barb and Ron, they're kind of all over the place sometimes. I mean, they might be talking about UDL, or that's what their mission is. However, sometimes it's differentiated instruction with universal design for learning. Sometimes it's leadership in universal design for learning.
Yep.
So it made it really hard. So Barb and I are just kind of like, oh, this is going to be tough. So then OCALI was kind enough to say, hey, the tags, you can have more than one tag. You could have as many tags as you want on each one, if that's part of what's in that episode. So that way, if someone, wants to hear, like, let's say leadership might be in 3 of the episodes, but there also might be other things in those episodes. So one could be, maybe it's UDL and then it's tagged leadership, and maybe then it's also tagged, I don't know. Barb might have ideas, but there could be more than one tag, but you can still pop up and find what you're looking for.
I think that's a great idea, because when we first started and we had, 10 videos, it was easy to find the one that we wanted to that was about equity. But I love that. So, for example, if I wanted to do a professional learning experience with my staff and I wanted it to be on student voice, Ooh. I could search our videos with that tag student voice, and it might bring up, knowing us, it'd probably bring up 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 of them, but it gives us those options with that topic in it. Is that how that's going to work?
That should be how that's going to work. Although, Barb, now since you said student voice, we may have to go back and double check that was a tag that we used.
Yes.
You know, and you know what? I think if people look and they can't find the ones they're looking for, if they'll give us feedback for that, tell us, say, hey, you know what? I did student voice, didn't find it. Are there tags on it? And we can go back through and watch them and make sure they are tagged with student voice or those different tags that you would like to see. Because just because Barb and I come up with a concept or OCALI ask us to come up with a concept, it doesn't mean we're covering everything that we should. So we want your feedback. Matter of fact, Barb, that brings us to another whole item. And that is, you know, what are some good ways for people to give us feedback so we can kind of measure the effectiveness of 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron with the folks out there that appreciate this, the two of us.
Right. Yeah, that's, well, again, we have to think multiple means, right? So I'm hoping that our viewers have some ideas. You know, I think about if they get to us via the YouTube, there's a little place where they could leave a comment, right? They could do it via a comment on the YouTube. There
is. Although we also have that internal area where you get, you know, where you can go and look at these. And it's unlike YouTube. It can have other things in it. We could probably program it to do different kinds of ways of collecting information. So I guess any thoughts that they might have out there would be good because we're still in the planning stages and we want to make it very accessible. We want to make it easy. You know, we want people to be able to have that input. Two-way communication. When you and I are doing this and filming, it's kind of one way. Mm-hmm. Except for when it goes live YouTube the first time, and then people can be on live and we can communicate back and forth through the chat.
True. Yeah.
You know.
Well, it could be as simple as like a little emoji, right? I mean, wouldn't that be great if OCALI could build that in? Because people are busy, and so maybe they don't want to take time to write a comment or to email us or to tweet us, but maybe there could be a little emoji that they could tap on that would give OCALI some data as well.
I just wrote that down. I love it, Barb. Man, you're always thinking outside the box because, you know, some people don't like to write at all, but boy, they'll sure tap an emoji real quick, you know, and then if we get those ones where they're crying, that'll break my heart, but it'll, you know.
Hey, feedback. We just have to learn and grow from it.
So that's right.
We want the feedback that's not 100% positive all the time because how are we going to grow if it's always that?
That's right. We're going to grow. We're going to grow just like everybody else that's with us. We're all going to grow together because there's always lots and lots and lots of room to grow. Well, Barb, with that said, so you know what? There's some new things coming for 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron. Of course, over the last 4 months, I believe, we've been trying to have guests on most of our shows. That will continue, I believe. How do you feel about that, Barb? Is that good?
I love it. It expands the impact.
It does. So if you have idea on guests, let us know. You know, I know in the future we're going to have, you know, a teacher come on and probably talk about what it's like those first few days, getting the classroom ready, you know, maybe what it's like to help create those relationships with the kids at the beginning and all those kind of things. Teachers are interested in how other teachers do these things. So we have, you know, we're going to have a teacher on. We're going to have some brilliant minds on here coming up pretty fast too, whether it's some maybe on assistive technology, other maybe on leadership again. Just great items in the future, Barb.
Yeah, it's great when people are willing to do it because you never know what you're going to get into with one of our sessions of 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron. So you have to have an open mind. So if any of our viewers out there have some great things they want to share and they're willing to come on and be fun and flexible with us, we'd love to hear from them.
Absolutely. And you know what? Let's hopefully anybody that watches this one, please retweet this one, ask for feedback for us. We're going to be watching. You can always hashtag it, Barb and Ron, hashtag Barb and Ron, you know, hashtag Barb and Ron, AND, and we'll watch for that hashtag. And when we see it, we'll start writing down your comments and stuff. Hashtag Barb and Ron. Does that sound okay with you, Barb?
Sounds great.
Yeah. If we do the whole title, it'll take too long to write, you know?
Yeah.
And if we go too short, people might forget the letters. Then we don't know what they might end up with.
Oh,
Okay,
Ron.
it's 10 minutes. I'm sure we hit our goal. Ron's out.
And Barb is out. We'll see you next time.
YouTube, please subscribe. Like, comment, and share.